So today I felt that it was necessary to have a conversation about possibly why one person or the people, us, might be so frustrated or so annoyed or so bothered by one party coming into office and oppressing the other party or vice versa. And when it really comes down to it, when you really think about it, ultimately it's financial literacy, one, and then two, it's because we're in positions that we don't necessarily want to be in. Um, the rich essentially get richer, and the middle class or the poor or whatever gets pushed down and even more oppressed. That's what it really comes down to. Um, but with that, as much as I personally dislike insurance companies, dislike the systems that are in place, um, insurance is a big industry, a major industry. You have people that believe in the American dream. They purchase homes, whether they're in the mountains, whether they're by the oceans, whether they're by the beaches, whether they're by deserts, whatever that may be. And you have this asset that have a loan on it in most cases. Um, these loans are massive and it protects your asset. Um, but you have this insurance. You have a local insurance company. It might be State Farm. It might be Farm Bureau. It might be Geico. It might be Shelter. Whatever that insurance company is, um, it's supposed to protect this asset. You pay on a monthly basis. It's not cheap. The rates change almost every year, every so many months. You file a claim, you get kicked off. You inquire on filing a claim, you get kicked off. Um, if they don't like the idea that you have an accident in front of you, you get kicked off. If too many people in the neighborhood file claims, you get kicked off. So, like, you're kind of in a bad situation altogether. It's really crappy. It really sucks. But if you don't have it, you're screwed too. So when you look at the big picture, if I'm not mistaken, um, you have this big wealth gap. This wealth gap is like this. It's massive. It's getting bigger and bigger as time goes on. What really separates the rich or the wealthy from the common man or common woman? And essentially, that party, one, might invest in real estate or been investing in real estate for a while or be a part of a REIT or something along those lines. Two, insurance. Let's just say you had a asset or something along those lines. It had a high value. You got paid out on that insurance policy or whatever the case may be, or what, and you benefited out of it. Whether it's property or casualty, or maybe it's life insurance. If we're going to talk about that, or three, um, you inherited um, some assets or money or something of value. And so, with that, when you think about that, if it's real estate, inheritance, or insurance, and if one of those items is insurance and we don't have it, or you don't have it, whether it's life insurance, like, I'm sorry, I'm personally 39 years old. I've seen it more times than I like to see it, but we have GoFundMe's when when I have a loved one or a friend or a peer um, no longer is walking the face of this earth. Why is this? Was the insurance premium too high? Was it a health condition that they couldn't get insurance? Was it because they couldn't afford insurance? whatever the case may be, you have eliminated yourself from benefiting from the insurance. Whether, like I said, you may have gotten kicked off, you may not have been able to afford it, whatever the case may be, but you eliminated the opportunity or the ability to benefit from a life insurance policy. Two, let's just say your house catches on fire. You took a loan on that house or whatever, or let's just say it's paid off. Again, you lose because it's not insured, or it doesn't have the proper value assessment to that asset. Or let's just say it's a car or something along those lines. Whatever that is, it could be an antique, it could be jewelry, whatever that is. You have eliminated yourself from the opportunity of gaining from the insurance. And this is why ultimately insurance companies never want to pay the benefit of insurance, because number one, it's costly. We as people and individuals, we put money into these companies for years and years and years and years and years, and you don't ever really, some of us never get anything out of it. Some of us might be dropped before we get a benefit out of it. Some of us might change insurance companies, which I advise everyone to shop your insurance premiums and shop your insurance rates and shop your insurance policies. Because guess what? At the end of the day, you lose, because when it comes down to big business and their rules and regulations and yourself, like, you need to be on top of this kind of stuff. So all I wanted to say, I wanted to keep it brief and short. There's three things that essentially people can get rich from on an average basis. Real estate, which real estate, you gotta have that insured in most cases, or you should. Two, life insurance, property and casualty insurance. Insurance is two. Three, inheritance. And really, inheritance and insurance can work hand in hand. There are policies, there are benefits from, let's just say you have a loved one that decide to leave a life insurance policy for you, or whatever the case can be. But without insurance and without that in place, and again, this attaches all the financial literacy, you lose when you don't have it. Again, let's not be taken advantage of, and let's be proactive. Work on, finding the right insurance policy for yourself. Work on finding the right rate that you're not overpaying for this policy, whatever it can be. But at the same time, do not disqualify yourself because you don't have it. That's what I had to say for today. This is Terrence Brunson at Go Ahead First. We'll be talking about some other topics at a later date, later time, whenever that may be. Y'all have a blessed day. Leave me some comments, some feedback below. I'm gonna try to have more, content in reference to this, to encourage you or to help you or guide you down the line. But please have these insurance policies, whether it's property or casualty, or whether it's life insurance policies. Look into this, get some feedback, and then just get back with us at a later date. Y'all have a blessed day, night, or evening.